Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and this week I'm making some wee chocolate gifts. Well, not so wee, they're very long. I picked them up yesterday in B&M stores and just thought they were lovely. And I knew it'd be a good wee match for the, what do you call that paper? The Countryside Inn, the 12 by 12. You need a 12 by 12 paper to do this, but if you have these bars, that's where you get them. If you'd like to make it, this is what you need. So to start you off, you need your chocolate bar, obviously. They weren't even that dear. They're pretty nice. I'm going to use Hope You Know stamp set, and the thank you comes out of, where are you? There. Thank you comes out of the Timeless Arrangements one. You're going to need a piece of boho blue card, and it measures 10.5 by 1/3. You're going to need a piece of the Countryside Inn DSP, which is 12 inches by 1.5. You need a piece of white for the back, and it's 3.5 inches by 1 5/8. And you need, well, I've used this punch. You can, if you haven't got it, try a different punch and see what you can get to work for you. This one, I just was truly amazed. I had a look through my punches and says, what am I going to punch a hole with? Because I sort of had this idea in my head, and I was going for ovals or whatever, but it just wasn't working out the right size, and I couldn't believe when I picked this up. I thought, no way it's going to fit, but it does. It just fits so nicely. I keep fixing that one because I didn't score it enough. But it just slips in and out. Like, it just holds it nice and carefully. You just slide it in. It's not going to fall out on its own. It needs pulled, but isn't it lovely? I'm really pleased with them. So nice. I might make more of these. So anyway, you need to start, and we're going to do our stamping first, believe it or not, and get that ready to go. The first stamp is this lovely one from the Hope You Know. It's a really nice stamp set. There's so many gorgeous sentiments in that you will use. Sometimes you get a stamp set and there's stuff in it and you think, I'm never going to use that, but this here, I really like it. I would highly recommend it. So this one says, just saying thank you doesn't seem like enough. Hope you know how much your kindness is appreciated. How nice is that? So ink that nicely up, and we're going to stamp it onto our wee piece. I'm just leaving a wee fraction there. My head doesn't get in your road. I want to make sure and get it straight. Hopefully. There we go. So that is ready for our back. We just want to do a tail now. So I'm going into the center and up to about there. And I'm just going to tail them off. I really need a good tail punch because I am crap at it. So, right, that's that done. We're going to leave that. We're going to score this at 1 inch down. Oh dear, well, thank you first because I forgot about it. Let's hope this fits in here. So we've got the stamping out of the way. And our ink's out of the way. That's the boho blue ink to match it all, obviously. You want to score this one first. You wouldn't believe how many big tables I have in this room, and I'm working on the smallest one, of course. So you want to score this at 1 inch down, isn't that right? Yes, 1 inch down. And we may as well score our nice paper one. Put, if your paper is run a certain way, put the way you want it to run to the left. Okay, and then we're going to score this. That's 12 inches by 1.5 inches, and you want to score it at 2.5. Make sure it's right up there. 2.5, 3.25, and 4 inches. And then move down to 7.5, 8.25, and 9 inches. So 2.5, 3.25, 4, 7.5, 8.25, and 9. And you're going to need something to stick it with, something good that's going to hold it. So you go to your center line first. There's 3 scores that you did there. Go to the center one and just fold it in half. And we'll give it a score this time. I didn't bother the last time and I should have. So we want to open that up again and go to one side of where you've scored it, and we're going to use a permanent tape runner. If you haven't got one of these, use good glue, good strong glue, your red tape or whatever. Go to your score now and fold that back. Give it a good score, and then the other side, you can see your score line. You want to fold it like so. Make sure these are all lining up, and again, give it a good score. And that's what you get, sitting up like so. So do the same on this one. Fold the center one towards you. Give it a score. Open it up. Add your right way around. Good strong tape. Fold that down so it sticks. And then you want to fold that on that score line. And fold that one on that score line, which creates your two wee sit-up pieces to form the holder for your chocolate. So now you want to take those, and I have used my punch. It's the Best Label punch that comes with the Alpha Best. Well, it was as a bundle. I'm not sure if it's still a bundle. Use a lighter tape, just a wee tiny bit. That's going to be easy to take off without ripping your paper. You could stick it on your trousers or your jumper to take a wee bit of the sticky off. And then we just want to stick it in the center where you'd like your hole for your chocolate to be, and make sure it's straight. Just give it a wee press so it stays there, and slide your punch in. And just use that as your wee guide. You can see it gives it's nearly straight. It should be. No, it's not too bad when I took that bit off. Panicked there, thought I'd done it wrong. So remove the extra layer. You don't want too many layers going through, and that's a double layer already. So again, go down to your other wee one down here, and again stick it on so that it's in the middle where you want it. And make sure it's straight-ish. And again, slide your punch in. You can tell if you're straight by looking at the end of your punch as well. If the thing has went a wee bit askew for you, just fix it up. Open that out, and now you have your lovely wee entry for your chocolate. So we're going to stick this to this part. We want to fold this one down. Give it a good score, that 1 inch that you did earlier. It goes towards the front where this is going to be, but on the back we want to stick our nice wee wording. And I'm just going to stick it down permanent. I'm not leaving it floating about or anything. You could, if you wanted, it does leave a bit of a lot of glue at the back. If you want, you to cut another strip of this and make a longer tail underneath this, which would give it a nice wee finish too, but I'm not going to do that today. I have too many to make. So center that in the back at the part where you have the wee fold, and just stick it down. Turn this over, and we're going to add glue to this. I'm just going to use the Clal glue so that I can shimmy it about because it's a wee bit awkward. So just flatten your wee peaks for a minute and glue it up. Oops. It's funny, you totally forget all about all your nice DSP that you had before Christmas. So again, make sure that if your flowers or whatever, make sure that they're run the right way. And this will tuck in under this. So you want to start at the bottom actually. And you know you've left if you hold on to these, it'll help. You've left yourself a nice wee gauge the whole way around, so try and get that at the bottom as well. And then just slowly set it down making sure these points are well stuck at either side of your glue. And that should be you. This one is now going to be glued down. Oh, this glue must be so close to its end. And don't forget, celebration is well underway now. Haven't got your order in, get it in, get your freebies. So I'm going to give that a wee push. This one we're going to chop down a wee bit. Just take the tail off it. Just make sure it fits. If you need to trim it, that's perfect. So underneath that we're going to add a wee bit of ribbon. I don't know if there's any call for it in that, but I thought it was nice to give a wee finish to it, you know. So I'm going to use the boho blue ribbon. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Just for me, not for you. And we're just going to stick it to this, and I'm going to use that Glued to Permanent glue. Just put a wee trace of it in the centre, not right up to the top because you don't want it showing after you stick your wording on. I'm just separating those slightly so that they sit nicely together. That one may need another wee bit of glue just to make sure it stays put. Just to give you that wee loop. And then we're going to add dimensionals to this. Just I'm putting 3 on because I wanted to secure the glue as well, or the ribbon. I'm gluing the brain. I'm going to put another wee dab on that just to make sure it holds tight. Stick this on and then we're ready to add our chocolate. So just make sure it's long enough to cover where you want it to go. And now we'll slide our wee chocolate bar in. It's called Millennium Dark Chocolate Peppermint. Sounds like, feels like a flake nearly or something in there. So the hardest part is getting your wee corner bits in. But the bar itself fits lovely. Just have to coax it in because you're only working with paper. Come on, you can do this. There we go. Same again up here. Just don't force anything, take your time. The wee underflap is catching a bit. Nearly there. And then just straighten up your bits and pieces there. And you have a lovely wee chocolate bar. Wrapped to perfection. Okay, so hope that put one up the other way, so it gives you a jazzy look. But I'll have all the measurements down below. Very easy to make, and you can get these in B&M if you fancy having a wee go and using up some of your DSP. And remember, you can also flip it over, put another layer of the DSP under here with another tail just to break that up if you want, or just write something on it. Either way, it's a nice wee gift, and I'll catch us all again next week. Bye!